Today on News 13 Now, we have a few ideas for last-minute gifts that you can probably easily pick up at the mall. Plus, if you're looking to eat some good treats and not break the bank this weekend, we have some ideas for that as well. And a new study that says many mothers aren't doing something right when it comes to breastfeeding. We'll explain.
This is News 13 Now, coverage you can count on.
Thanks for joining us for News 13 Now. I'm Brandon Herring. Erica Edwards will be back next week. We're following a developing story this morning. Italy's Interior Ministry says a man killed in an early hours shooting in Milan is the Berlin Christmas market attacker. He said after the shootout, all the necessary checks were conducted and that, quote, the person killed, without a shadow of a doubt, is Anis Amri, the suspect of the terrorist attack. End quote. Video after the shootout from that scene showed police concealing a body on the ground, covering it with a sheet as forensic workers inspected the area. Just in, two hijackers diverted a Libyan commercial plane to Malta today and threatened to blow it up with hand grenades. That's according to Maltese authorities and state media. The Malta Airport Authority said all emergency teams had been dispatched to the site of what it called an unlawful interference on the airport tarmac. The plane's engines were still running after the aircraft landed for hours. We'll continue to follow this story throughout the day. Happening today, a possible vote by the United Nations Security Council. Thursday, it postponed a vote on a draft resolution. That resolution would demand Israel stop its settlement activities. President-elect Trump said the U.S. should veto that measure. The U.S. holds one of 5 permanent seats on that council. Egypt then requested the delay to allow time for consultations. Diplomats say the vote could happen today. For the third time, UNC is trying to figure out how to handle a notice of allegations from the NCAA. The first notice, filed back in April, was good news for the school because it didn't mention men's basketball or football, but things are changing. The latest edition does mention the Tar Heels cash cows as well as the extra benefits charge. The school now has 90 days to respond and will probably take at least that long. UNC's athletic director Bubba Cunningham said he feels like the NCAA is on a witch hunt. If you're looking for some last-minute gifts, you may have to fight the crowds at some local stores. Well, they'll surely be happy to see you, and as Brian Spiros reports, there are still some good deals to find out there.
So get that shopping done.
This weekend, there will be free meals for people in Horry and Georgetown counties on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Tomorrow, Trinity United Methodist Church in Andrews is hosting lunch from noon until 2 p.m. On Sunday, St. John the Baptist Greek Orthodox Church in Myrtle Beach will have Christmas lunch from noon until 2 p.m. Risen Christ Lutheran Church is also serving lunch from 1 until 3 p.m. And in Murrells Inlet, Blaine Memorial United Methodist Church will serve lunch from noon to 3 p.m. We'll have much more on what is behind those dinners coming up at about 9:30. The holidays are about spending time with those you love, but sometimes that comes with a big price tag. There's the gas to get there, the gifts, and the food certainly isn't free. Reporter Holly Bounds works weekends at our sister station in Savannah, and she shows us some good eats on the cheap.
You know, the weekend crew at each of these costs less to make than your drive-through latte, and there is a latte for you to share with those you love.
Erin Moran here now. You liked that pun? Maybe. It was a stretch, right?
I'm like, oh, goodness.
Anyway, but it looked like there's some good ideas there. Anyway.
For a sweet tooth, yeah?
Yeah, yes. They were so fatty and sweet, but delicious and cheap.
Delicious, yes.
All right, Erin. So it's looking a little cooler than it was yesterday, maybe just a touch?
About 10 degrees cooler than yesterday. But we warmed back up to right where we were yesterday for tomorrow. And a big